we came here and played in a place called Studio 54. I think we played a place called Sala Apollo as well, or something, and festivals and all that sort of stuff. And it was just when the city just seemed to be like catching a light. It was just like everything was happening. It was really the place to be then, and I kind of fell in love with it, you know. I made a couple of friends here and used to come at every opportunity. I remember when Ian McCulloch came to tour here after the Bunnymen, I came to play, to open for him. It was really just an excuse to kind of, to come here and hang out and all that.
Let me always be the one who's left behind when they desert you. She's not your blue-eyed girl, no diamond calling. She's the darkness sky, the crystal light.
And people tell me about this kind of this renewed interest in postcard records and Aztec camera and orange juice and all that. But it's not that apparent to me unless I come play places like this. You know, I think music's like magic, because when I was 16 or 17, I would write songs in my bedroom. Like the songs I played tonight, some of them I wrote when I was 15, when I was still at school. And so I would be writing them downstairs, like really quietly, so as not to disturb my parents who were asleep. And then we recorded those and put them on a 7-inch single. And it was just like so kind of genuine in a way. You know, that was as far as we wanted to go, to write the song and get it on a record. And it was our record. And that was about the extent of our ambition. But it's like magic. I never thought like it could fly through space and time and land in the bedroom of another 15 or 16-year-old in another part of the world, you know, and inspire them to make music too. I think that's like a beautiful thing. That blows my mind. One of the beautiful things about music for me was the sense of mystery. You know, when I was a kid and I listened to David Bowie, I just used to like lie in the dark and listen to his records over and over again when I was like 9 years old or something, you know. Probably why I turned out like this. But it didn't seem like, you know, I'm so glad that I couldn't contact him on MySpace, you know. I just felt like he was from another planet, you know, and it was like, he was like a spaceman or something. And there was just no way that his life and my life would ever meet. And I do think that kind of over-familiarity and casualness with musicians and fans and all that now, it does kill, for me, it kills a little bit of the romance. But I love Spotify, and I'm kind of in two minds, you see, Gerard, because what you're talking about, the thing of the making a single and everything, that's beautiful. And vinyl and all that, I love that. But at the same time, I love this futuristic idea of just typing in a name and you just hit the key and you hear the music instantly. I think that's, for a songwriter, that's like a dream. It's like science fiction for me, you know. Since I was a kid, I just loved music. I just loved music. And then, you know, when I was 16, I was 17, I was on Postcard, and then playing with all these great bands like Edwyn Collins and all that. And then when I was 18, I went to London and I was on Rough Trade Records, made Highland Hard Rain, By the Seaside, and it was beautiful, you know. And one of the things is, although I got lots of attention when I was young, I think luckily I was kind of too young to process it in a certain way, you know. I think when you're 16 or 17 and you're really into music, you're just so into your concept. You know, like I would just worry about the sleeve all the time and the lyrics and and that's what I was focused on. So like the fact that you had attention from lots of people and from journalists and all that was like kind of secondary. But I think maybe if I'd been 25 or 26, then maybe it would have been changed, and I would be thinking more about the attention, how you process that, how it affects your life, how do you use that, you know, and I think I would have been more kind of savvy, more manipulative probably. But because I was so young, I kind of didn't know how to use that really. You know, I didn't really know how to use it. So it didn't affect me as much as you might think, you know. But it's this kind of strange life being a musician. But I'm glad about that. I don't really want to be like, I don't really want a straight life anyway. I don't really want a normal life. I was on Warner Brothers for years, and then I went to Independiente and I made one album with them called The North Star, and I think like there's probably some of my best songs on there, like just from a songwriter's point of view. I was really happy with them, and they were so cool. They gave me lots of time and money to do whatever, you know, to do all my production and stuff, and let me do it all on my own. And you know, I'm kind of laughing because now I'm thinking, maybe they shouldn't have done that. Maybe it was like a bad idea to give me all that time and money. But again, my decision. But you know, what happened was that I think I was with Aztec Camera, and then I made the first solo album, but it kind of sounded like the Aztec Camera albums. I don't think it was a big change for people, and you know, so it didn't really strike out as being like this big solo thing. But when I wrote the Surf record, that was like just me in my front room, just with a guitar and a microphone, recording it myself. That's why the recording is so great. But it's totally like real, no overdubs, just taken. And that was a big step for me again, to do that. But I think it was so therapeutic. You know, it was so therapeutic to... Well, I think my next record will be with a band of some description. Will be with a band of some description, because I just, you know, I like playing with other people too. It gets too lonely being playing on your own all the time, you know. I think you just in your head. It's enough like that for any songwriter. It's nice to take the songs to someone else and play. But I don't really have anything to do with the music business now, you know. I think, but for me that's the challenge. I think there are lots of people who write nice songs. I think there are lots of people who play instruments. But the challenge for me is to take something genuine and go through all the kind of rigmarole, like the press and the record company and the radio and all that stuff, and try and arrive on the other side with something that's still genuine. I think that's difficult. I think that's so hard. And I found that very hard. I think some people are very good at that. I think someone like Springsteen, I think, whether you like Springsteen or not, I don't know, but I think he had a sort of ideal and a kind of concept, and he carried that through. And it's difficult to get through all that showbiz stuff and still have that genuine thing at the other end. If you want to say, I hate major record labels, they're all shit, I don't want, you know, it's a sellout, I don't want anything to do with it, and I don't like the music industry, then that's cool, that's great, and I totally sympathise with that. But you shouldn't play the game then. You shouldn't take the money and then pretend like it's, you know, it's nothing. I think that's very disingenuous. I think that's I don't like that. But I think if you're gonna, like, I wanted to make pop records and I wanted to sign to a major and do all that stuff, and that was my decision. It was my choice, and it's good because at the end of it all, I don't look back and feel like, oh, you know, these guys ripped me off or something. Everything I did it because I wanted to do it, and I take full responsibility for all of my behaviour and all of my thing. only there for you.